What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Keyforge Age of Ascension video from Black Knight Games in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. On the left we have Matt, on the right we have Robert. If you haven't already seen these guys play, go back and check out the playlist at Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. I got the whole series there. We're playing best 2 out of 3 sealed. This is pre-release for Age of Ascension. And Matt got the redacted setup there on the left under the glare. That is, every time he names logos, he takes an amber from the common pool, puts it on redacted, and once he has 4 on there, you can sacrifice it to forge a key at no cost, which you're seeing him do here on his second turn. And on the other side, we had a Baron played down, and it looks like he discarded Martyr there. And we got a Titan Librarian played out, and a Lab Work. And it looks like the artifact on the bottom there is a Seismo Entangler. That has that action, choose a house. During your opponent's next turn, creatures of the chosen house cannot be used to reap. And he obviously archived a card there from Lab Work. And he's not going to be doing the Titan Librarian archiving because he's has to be not on a flank. And now he actually fits that because he got Caller Subordination stolen to the other side. We got Schuler coming in, not stealing anything because the opponent does not have 4 more Amber. And a Dust Imp that when he's destroyed, you get 2 Amber. Both players tied at 1 Amber. And again, just a warning, in the last game too, this is pre-release, we still haven't figured out the rules. Titan Librarian has to be done at the end of the turn after draw, but you saw Robert there on the right do it before drawing. That is incorrect, and it has to be done at the end of the draw. So on the other side, he uses the Carpet, whatever it's called, Carpet Bomb or whatever card out of Mars, gets an Amber, and it's got play on it. If there are no friendly creatures in play, deal 4 damage to each creature. And he throws down a Mother Gun and a Harvester. Harvester can reap and gain 1, but only when he has no non-Mars neighbors. And it looks like Baron blocked one of the damage with the armor, but it looks like Schuler forgot to take a damage there for... Obviously, the Titan Librarian died there, and he went back to his opponent's discard pile. And the Dust Imp died to get 2 Amber for Robert on the right. Oh, they just remember the Schuler. They're going to correct it, put the 4 damage on Schuler.
Now let's first things first. The remote axis, the skeleton key. Yeah, let's put that on Gatekeeper.
If you like these Keyforge videos, slap that like button. Helps other people find them on the channel, or find them on YouTube actually, and helps people find the channels, what I'm trying to say. If you know any rules, goof ups, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Put some constructive criticism down there. It helps other people find the correct rulings and how to play the game properly on future watches. Feel free to leave timestamps also. It's always helpful for people to know what you're talking about.
Should just be 2, right? Because otherwise I die. Fully heal. Fully heal. If I heal 4, I get an additional 2 Amber.
So he's doing Healing Blast there. Not sure.
Smite, so
This one stays in my hand.
captures 1 of your Amber. Oh, sure.
I will.
Not sure how he just killed the Harvester there. I missed that, but the Baron was able to capture 1 because he just discarded Smite. I don't know.
Yes. Oh my god. I thought you had me.
Oh, so I think what happened was I knocked it on my deck there. I saw it.
Oh, Robert's forgetting that he archived a card using Titan Librarian, so he just put that archive card back on the top of his deck. Didn't know. He thought he knocked it off the top of his deck. That's kind of a goof up. I don't know how he used... I think the Baron just ran into the Harvester, killed him, took some extra damage, then he used Healing Blast on the Baron to gain him an Amber, then gained 2 additional Amber because he healed at least 4 damage. Or he heals the creature, and as long as it's 4 damage healed, I believe is what it is. Let me double check that here. Yeah, it's fully heal a creature. If you healed 4 more damage on the creature, gain 2. And he's going Logos again on the left there, so he gets another Amber Unredacted. Robert just reading the card again, making sure he knows what's going on. And we saw a Seismo Entangler there used to say he couldn't reap with, I think he said Sanctum. And then Matt plays a Pain Reaction to gain Amber, deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. If this damage destroys that creature, deal 2 to each of its neighbors. That's how Baron gets another damage on him there. And we see a... That's how he played that with the Helper Bot. The Helper Bot coming in was allowed him to play that dis action. And then we see Research Smoko put into play there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have 3 of them, so
Yeah, I know.
you would like them.
So Matt on the left is at 2 amber. Robert on the right's at 6. He should be forging right now, I think. Yep, switch his opponent just reminded him to do. And he does flip the key here, so he's ahead on keys. And he's going Mars, so Mind Warper hits the board. And a Beam Buckler, going to do 2 damage to a creature moving to the battle line, end of the battle line. But Research Smoko just dies and lets Matt archive the top card of his deck there. And he's going to do Arbitral Bombardment just to finish off the Helper Bot. Put a Combat Pheromones into play and gain an Amber. Not a bad little Mars turn there.
Alright, so I'm gonna go first. Yeah, I bet everyone wishes that was being recorded.
So you can check out the deck list in the description below. And if you haven't gone back and watched the other games, I'm going to spoil a little bit here. But the first game, Matt won on the left. We have seen Robert in a few videos, and we know he is playing Destroy Them All at a Mars. So he could blow up that Redacted, which he did do in the last game. So he's probably digging for that right now. He does not have it, I assume, since he hasn't blown it up yet. And Matt may gamble or may not gamble and try to get that key off on Redacted. And we'll see if he's successful here or not. But he does play Unlock Gateway. Omega just ends the turn, blows up all the creatures in play. And we also saw him play a Lash of Broken Dreams there. The far artifact under the glare there. I do apologize for the glare. But I did want to put it at table number 1 here. So these are the top players. This is their second game. Best 2 out of 3. If Robert wins on the right, we will go to a third game. And if Matt wins here, he would be the winner of the tournament.
I guess I'll force you back.
We had 18 players show up. And if you are in, I don't know, if you're in the Hamilton area, Hamilton, Ontario, go check out Black Knight Games Thursday nights. Always doing Keyforge. They schedule a month in advance. So in June, they'll post all the July Thursdays, tell you what format they are. Lately, they've been rotating Archon and Sealed, doing Chainbound every week. And sometimes they'll mix it up with different formats like auctions and reversal and all that kind of stuff. So good support from the store for Keyforge. And on the other side, we see a Bloodshard Imp come into play. When creatures reap, you sacrifice them. And then he plays Banish just to get the Amber off of it, which would send an opponent's creature to their archives. But obviously, there's no creatures on the board. So Matt's going Logos. Gets a 3rd Amber on Redacted. And throws, is this a Curator, I think? Who's this guy? Yes, the Curator. He has the passive ability, Friendly Artifacts enter play ready. He is 3 power. And Matt's making a joking comment there about how he has all of his artifacts basically in play. So it kind of sucks to see him later. But at least it's a Logos card he could play when he named Logos. He's obviously going heavy on Redacted since he only did 1 card there. And I don't think he drew, so he's probably sitting on no Logos cards in hand. So if Robert on the right here doesn't have a way to deal with Redacted, I'm assuming Matt's just going to go. He's going to just go name Logos next turn, even though it's not really doing much. And we see Grey Rider there, readying up the Bloodshard Imp to fight. And he'll deal 2 damage to the Curator. Not taking him out, but the Bloodshard Imp does die. Radiant Truth, just for the Amber. It will not stun anyone, because it only does stun non-flank enemy creatures. And it looks like that's it. So both players playing pretty, I don't know, not big turns, just playing a couple cards each. So he does go Logos. Name Redacted. He uses Seismo Entangler to say Sanctum can't reap on your next turn. And then he reaps 1 with the Curator. And does pop that Redacted there, of course, to get that key. So we are tied at 1 key each. And they each have 4 Amber, so it's a tie game right now. So Misery Exploit there to get 1 damage because the opponent's damaged creature. So he gets 1 Amber, sorry, off of that. Normally that one doesn't have an Amber printed on it, which is a little rough. Sometimes you just have to throw that one away. But play gain 1 Amber for each damaged enemy creature. It's cool if you have other effects in your deck that kind of spread damage around. Or if you're, fighting. Your opponent has big dudes. Looks like he's staring at a Color Subordination in hand, debating on stealing the Curator. I mean, why not?
I think I'll just discard.
Oh, sorry, it's not a... It's a Bloodshard Imp, sorry, not a Color Subordination. So he chooses just to discard it. Not sure why.
First thing I did was Misery.
Not sure why you would discard that. Maybe he doesn't want it to be on the flank near his Grey Rider. Maybe doesn't want to have that ability, which it does hurt him too. The Bloodshard Imp does have the text, after a creature reaps, its controller must sacrifice it, which does affect both players. So maybe he has a plan coming forward where we'll see him fill up the board with, you know, one house and just want to go reap crazy, and that wouldn't really play into that. And of course, Matt might just leave it there. So Mother Gun there, revealing a couple Mars creatures and destroying the Grey Rider. We see the Dominator come into play stunned, and the Fixed Finger giving +1 armor to Martians. And the Dominator is a robot, not a Martian, so he's not getting any Amber bump. Then we see Martian Hounds that are used to give the Curator some +1 power counters. And Martian Hounds, choose a creature. For each damaged creature, give the chosen creature two +1 power counters. And it looks like we got Mars on the other side now. Custom Virus coming in, gaining an Amber. And we see the Shockworm, who has the text Reap, and if your opponent's creatures Reap, you got to stun him. And then he uses Mars first there, gains an Amber, readies a Mars creature, and then just uses the Shockworm to Reap. So on the right side there, Robert is at 8 Amber. On the left, Matt is at 4. 1 key apiece. It is Matt's turn now. And he's going to go Dis. He's going to make the keys cost more with Lash of Broken Dreams, +3. So Robert will not forge in the Forge Key step next turn, most likely. And then we got Poltergeist popping Combat Pheromones, using it on his 2 own Mars-friendly creatures. So he's able to use the Dominator and Fixed Finger on this turn. But if Fixed Finger were to reap, he'd be stunned. Dominator he could use just to get rid of the stun. So he gets rid of the stun on the Dominator, obviously. And he's going to reap with Fixed Finger, who will get an Amber and stun himself because of the Shockworm. Looks like Matt on the left there has a full hand of Dis. And he's able to play Life Ward here, ready actually from the Curator, so he could pop it on this turn. He does get an Amber for playing that. And we see his opponent has a light board there, so it might not be a bad idea to pop that Life Ward right away to stop him from playing creatures on the next turn. And he throws down an Amber Imp, which has elusive and has the text, after a creature reaps, stun it. So he does pop Life Ward here. And we hear Matt announce check at 7. And we remember the Lash was used, so Robert will not be forging here.
I'm going to play an Umbra and a Wristlock to steal one.
So we both have that effect.
That's my turn.
Dis.
And we got a Dis turn here. Color Subordination, stealing the Dominator. That's a way to get rid of around Life Ward there. That's not a bad call. Can't play creatures, but you can sure steal your opponents. And he's just going to discard the Silver Key Imp there.
Check one thing.
And we have our second Keyforge here on the left side. So Matt's at 1 Amber. He's checking his hand here. He's got a card in the archives. He's going to find the way to get to that third key. And does he choose Dis? Does he try to just stop his opponent from forging again? He will. Yep, he will. He does Lash of Broken Dreams, reaps with the Amber Imp, stuns it. And what else does he have in hand there from Dis? Anything else? He's going to play Stereo, return all the creatures back to their owner's hands. So the Dominator will go back to Matt's hand there, and Color Subordination will fall off. And of course, the Amber Shard Imp just gets replayed. And we have a Yerk played, so we'll have to discard a card from hand after playing him. His choice, not random. So finishes the turn off with 2 keys, 2 Amber. Over to Robert, who will not be forging again since Lash of Broken Dreams was used. He's one shy of forging. Probably should have prioritized getting to 9 amber on the last turn, if possible. Which I think he could have done if he went Mars. He did have a few Mars cards in hand, we saw. Instead, he chose to play Dis and steal the Dominator. Oh, but he couldn't put the Mars cards into play because they were creatures, probably. But he could have still reaped with the Shockworm in play. That would have put him at 9. So that probably still would have been his best call. Was just trying to get that extra amber. And we got Sanctum, Barrister Joy hitting the board, so the opponent cannot reap, period. And we got the Armor Smith giving +1 armor to other friendly creatures.
We're doing okay. Yeah, yeah.
So Barrister Joy, I believe, is a 5/2 right now.
Yes.
She's a hot target. She's like one of the most annoying cards in the new set, but unlike most of the annoying cards in Keyforge in general, she's not 2 power or 3 power. She's 5 with 1 armor. And in Sanctum, where you have guys that give extra armor and give extra power buffs and have taunt. So yeah, so it's a tough nut to crack, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So you gotta get her when she's exposed. Don't let her sit around too long. And I will be heading to Origins. I should be there actually. Well, this video is up. I should be arriving there, maybe there already by the time this is posted. So I will have more Keyforge videos up on the channel. So make sure you subscribe and hit that alarm bell button so you're notified when those videos go up. I'll have my camera there. Wandered around on day 2, I believe. I'll be trying to play in the Vault Tour the first day. But if I don't make the cut, or I do make the cut either way, myself or my wife will be trying to film some games that aren't on the live stream for you guys so that I can commentate on them after the fact and post them on YouTube for you. So stick around for that. And we got Logos going here. He's using Seismic Entangler there to stop reaping on Sanctum. Helper Bot coming into play, using Mars first just to gain an amber. Whatever he had to do to get to 6 there. That's basically what he's doing. It was a very efficient play there by Matt. But he's allowing his opponent to forge. He did use a Lash of Broken Dreams, so he got the extra amber off his opponent. And his opponent still has 2 amber. I think he is supposed to get rid of it all to his opponent, actually. He forged and still has 2, but he gave 2 to Matt. And that's it. He has no way to stop him and get him off a key. So that is it. Matt is our champ for the pre-release at Black Knight Games. Awesome little deck. Lots of artifacts. Cool combos. Check it out in the description below. The whole deck list is there. Thanks for all the players for playing on camera and let me commentate over their matches. And yeah, like I said, more Keyforge coming up on the channel, so subscribe, stick around for that, slap that like button. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, the link is in the description below. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel over at Patreon. You make this happen.